Today I want to talk to you about naming a pattern or trend on a graph. And the reason why this is important is that sometimes in science class you're asked to analyze a graph, either as part of an assignment or part of a lab activity. And in order to analyze it, you need to know what to look for. Here are the main steps that you're going to have to go through in order to be able to name and identify the trend on your graph. First, you're going to have to identify, is there a relationship? Is there some sort of pattern? Then the next step is to decide if it's a linear pattern or a nonlinear pattern. Then you have to evaluate how well does the data fit the line? And then finally, what is the direction of that slope? So here are some examples. So first, we're going to evaluate, is there a pattern? Yes, there's a pattern. Yes, there's a pattern. Yes, there's a pattern. No, there's not a pattern. Okay, which patterns have lines associated with them? These two do. So we've answered the first two questions. Is there a relationship? Yes, for 3 of the 4. And 2 of them are linear relationships. This is linear and this is linear. All right, and then here's the general idea with the slopes, is that if it's sloped like that, we call it a positive correlation. And what that means is that one variable increases, so does the other variable. And we'll look at some examples later. Here's a negative correlation. As one variable increases, the other variable decreases. So this is called a perfect positive linear relationship. I don't think I'd recommend you using the word perfect. But it is very close to being perfect on a line. Okay, and then here we've got a negative linear relationship. Here's a strong positive linear relationship. Positive meaning that both variables will increase. Here's a negative linear relationship. Weak positive, because if you were to draw a best fit line, it would look like that. But the dots, the data points don't really fall along that line. Okay, here's no relationship. Here's another way that you could have no relationship. Here you could have a non-linear, meaning there's a pattern, but it's not a line. Okay, same thing here, non-linear, but it is a pattern. Here are some examples of positive correlations, sometimes called a direct relationship. So if I buy more ice cream, then the amount of money I pay will increase. So that means for each gallon of ice cream I buy, here's 1 gallon of ice cream, 2 gallons of ice cream, 3 gallons of ice cream. I'm going to pay more. So if they cost $2 a gallon, $2 I will pay. $4 I will pay. $6 I will pay. Okay, so both things increase. Another example of a direct relationship or a positive correlation that's going to get this shape graph would be wrinkles on an adult. The older we get, the more wrinkles. So both variables are increasing. Negative correlations are going to tell us that as one thing increases, the other thing decreases. So number of miles driven in a car, so I'm driving more and more and more miles. But here's the amount of gas left in the tank. Okay, I had 20 gallons, now I only have 19 gallons, now I only have 18 gallons left in my tank. That's going to decrease as I drive more. Here's another example. The higher I go, the less oxygen in the atmosphere. So they're opposites and would produce a graph like this with a negative slope. Okay, so main takeaways. First thing you need to ask yourself is there a relationship? Are we, could we use a best fit line, or is there some sort of pattern? Next question, is it linear or nonlinear? So how well does the data fit that line? Are the data points close to that best fit line? If so, then we would say it's a strong correlation. If they're scattered all over, then it's a weak correlation. And then what's the direction of the slope of the line? Is it positive, meaning both things are increasing, or is it negative or an inverse relationship, where one thing's increasing and the other thing is decreasing. So I hope you now understand how to name graphs. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful, and subscribe to find more videos like this. Have a good day.